What's up, guys, and thanks for tuning in for another battle in this league challenge. This is another episode for the Road to World segment of our YouTube channel. You've got Trey and Nick here from the Pokemon Troupe to commentate for you, so let's get right into it.
Yeah. Once again, we have, if you didn't watch round one, but we have Paul Chevelle on the left against Royce Fitchner. Fitchner? I don't know. Fitchner. I'm going to go with that. But, yeah. We just, every game was whoever's at the top table played. So, we got Paul back here. Both these players are 2-0. And, yeah, we got Paul on the left with his Mega Manectric Yveltal deck. And I'm not quite sure what Royce is playing.
I'm not quite sure either. I believe it's mainly water type.
Water type Pokemon.
I didn't get a very good look at it and what it contains, so I guess we're gonna find out right now.
I believe he does start with a Regice, which can be pretty good in this match because Paul can only knock it out with a baby Yveltal, so that could be pretty good for Royce. And we'll start the game off. And yeah, Royce will be going first. He does have, I believe he just top decked a Tornadus from, what says that from? Furious Fists, maybe? Maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I didn't realize any Tornadus were.
I don't know what that is from, but.
And I'm not sure what it does either.
I don't know what it does either. Maybe we'll see. Maybe if he uses it. But yeah, the Regice is definitely going to be good, so that it's going to give Paul some trouble knocking that out. But, Paul, Ultra Balls, this card's 2 VS Seekers.
That is never good to see.
That's pretty gross. So, we'll see what Paul gets here. He's going to get a Shaman. Obviously, he doesn't have any supporters in his hand. So, she's going to draw some cards with Shaman here. And, yeah. I feel like once Royce starts attacking with Regice, Paul's going to have to either Lysander around it or just going to have to use Baby Yveltal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely going to be rough. I mean, I believe Regice has a 140 HP. No, 120 HP. That's what I meant to say. I believe it has 120 HP, so Yveltal with 3 energies on it can actually use, what is it called? Darkness Blade to do 100. And then with the Muscle Band, 120, so he can one-shot Regice that way. But yeah, I think the big question is if Royce plays multiple Regice. That's going to be a big deal. But, yeah, so Paul just played a Trainer's Mail, and he got a Lysander off that. So
he's going to be able to Lysander around that Regice in case he needs to.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, I don't think Paul doesn't really have much he can do this turn. I mean, okay, so he's going to Lysander up the Tornadus, so he will be hitting that for
weakness.
That's really nice. So he will be able to get some damage off that Regice. And, just avoid being attacked from Resistance Blizzard. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty successful turn for Paul, considering the fact that he had to start by Ultra Balling away to VS Seekers. Was that a World Championship Muscle Band in his hand? I believe that is.
I don't think that's a real muscle band.
Whatever. It's too late now. We can't do anything about it. I mean, of course, this was a really small league challenge, so even though technically he wasn't allowed to play that, they weren't going to deck check anybody. And I don't think Paul was going to call him out for not having it just because, I mean, it was a small tournament. You don't want to kick someone out when it's such a small tournament already. I mean,
I think Paul just let it go.
Yeah. I mean, if Royce ends up winning the tournament, then that might make a big deal or something. But I think at this point, it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, so Royce uses some attack with Tornadus.
It must do 40 and then it must do 20 and then plus 40 for the muscle band and must switch out your opponent's Pokemon, or you may have your
Yeah.
opponent switch out his
Yeah.
or her Pokemon.
I feel like your opponent gets to choose in this situation.
Mhm,
That's what it looks
yeah,
like.
that's what it looked like.
But yeah, so looks like Paul's gonna Ultra Ball, discarding a Headringer and an Yveltal EX. Most likely going to get a Shaman just to draw more cards. No one, not a lot of draw has been going on except for Paul's Shamans. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Paul really hasn't hit his like a draw supporter, and I don't think.
Royce has nothing in his discard pile.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah. Royce is a pretty new player, so I don't believe he has the most competitive decks, if any. He brings his kids to League, and he mostly plays because his kids like to play. So.
And that is a great parent.
That's a good parent. That is a very good parent. But, yeah, so shout out to Royce for being an awesome dad. But, yeah, so Paul has a dark energy as well as a lightning energy in his hand. And I believe he doesn't quite know. He doesn't know exactly what he wants to do. He might be okay with just using the Oblivion Wing right now.
I think that'd be a pretty safe play, honestly.
Yeah. I think at this point it's pretty safe. It could be kind of weird if if Royce would retreat into Regice and use Regice, because then Paul wouldn't be able to would pretty much lose his way of knocking out Regice. I mean, it wouldn't one shot, but it's still two shot, and
he'd have to work on getting out a whole nother one.
Yeah. So
he played a Hex Maniac?
Yeah. Maybe just in fear of any possible Shamans. I think Paul's explaining the card to him at this point. Yeah, I don't think Royce plays any Shamans. But yeah, he's gonna use Oblivion Wing for 50. No energy in the discard pile, so nothing extraordinary happens there. I believe that's a Skarmory in his hand that he just drew. I think it's a Skarmory from Roaring Skies, maybe? It might be from Ancient Origins. I don't know what it does. Trey's giving me the look of shock and awe. He's learning some new cards that are in the format.
Yeah, I've never. I don't think I've never seen any of these cards. I've seen the Regice. I've just never seen the Tornadus or the Skarmory. So I'm assuming I think it's got like a Call for Family attack.
I think it has a Call for Family effect. Yeah. And I think Royce is debating playing an Ultra Ball. And he's going to Ultra Ball, discard
Water Energy and a Skarmory.
Is that a Water Energy?
No, wait. No.
That's
a
Wish Cash?
Yeah.
Wish Cash? Yeah. And he's going to grab a Lugia EX. Ooh, that could be pretty fun. But at the same time, I don't think Lugia is very good in this sort of matchup.
Especially with an electric type weakness.
Yeah, against Mega Manectric that ideally it only has 2 energies on it at a time. I guess Paul's will have 3, but still not going to do a lot. So it's still kind of weird. But, let's see where Royce attaches for the turn. I think he's probably debating between the Regice and the Lugia. I think he's thinking he wants to attach the Lugia, though.
Yeah. He does attach to the Regice, which I think is a pretty...
I think that's a good play. Definitely. I think it's a good play just because of the fact of because Mega Manectric is going to be the biggest attacker. So, oh wait, what's happening?
So,
I think
Royce is deciding whether he wants him to switch or not.
I don't think Royce gets to choose what happens. Yeah, he's going to leave it active.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a good play by Royce because he knows that Mega Manectric's going to put in quite a bit of work. And Paul Trainer's Mail into 3 energies and a VS Seeker.
VS Seeker.
Dude, pro plays, man. Pro plays.
He's really debating if he wants that VS Seeker.
I think he has a Lysander in his discard pile. I think he Ultra Balled one away. So he could save that.
Well, he did use one. I mean, he did Lysander up that Tornadus.
No, yeah, he did Lysander up. So what he could do, he could attach to the Mega Manectric and just Oblivion Wing again. And then the next turn, I believe if he has another energy, he can try and retreat out the Yveltal and then Lysander up the Lugia EX and knock it out with Mega Manectric. Yeah, Paul does take one prize. He just got the knockout on Tornadus with Oblivion Wing. And, yeah, I think at this point, Royce is just going to use Resistance Blizzard and go to town from there. Definitely in a good spot.
Definitely in a good spot with that.
Yeah. If he would have had a Muscle Band and he would have knocked out that Yveltal, that would have been huge.
Yeah.
But sadly, he didn't. Okay, so did Paul shuffle his deck after he used Trainer's Mail? He off that Trainer's Mail, he saw 2 Lightning Energies and a Dark Energy. Except he just saw an Yveltal EX. That's actually really funny. But, yeah, I don't know what Paul does in this situation. He definitely doesn't want to Sycamore away another VS Seeker, so he's just going to Oblivion Wing. His Yveltal EX, his baby Yveltal is going to be knocked out from Resistance Blizzard. And he benches a Tauros. I don't know what set that's from. I'm sorry, I don't know what set that's from. But yeah, now Paul has that play. Now he can Lysander out that Lugia EX, and he's actually going to be able to Turbo Bolt the Darkness Energy onto his Yveltal, so he can potentially knock out Regice next turn. So yeah, now Paul is definitely in the driver's seat at this point. He's going to be ahead. He's going to have taken 3 prizes. He's going to most likely have an answer to that Regice in the upcoming turn. And yeah, what can Royce do at this point? Besides Resistance Blizzard and Prey. But, I guess Royce, all he can really do is just start powering up that Tauros. He attaches to the Regice. It's kind of a weird play. I don't think Regice needs any more energy.
Okay. He meant, yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Moves the energy back. Okay, good play. But, I don't know. Paul looks like he's kind of stressing a little bit. Which I don't know why, but he looks like he's stressing a bit.
I think he's just trying to figure out how do you mean he's
stressing over that Regice.
Worried about this Regice here.
He knows he needs 1 more energy. Oh, he's going to Lysander. He's going to Lysander up a Shaman. So that's definitely puts Paul in a weird spot. He's going to need a DCE to use Sky Return or just an energy to retreat. I believe he definitely wants the DCE, though. And, so Paul's going to play an Ultra Ball. Going to get rid of...
Yeah, I don't think he's going to need those Headringers.
Oh, Paul does have a switch, though. So, Paul, at this point, is probably going to be... I think he's just going to try and thin out his deck. Maybe grab another Manectric. Just so that he can try and get that energy for the Yveltal. He'll probably switch into the Mega Manectric, knowing that he can retreat out of it if he needs to, into the Yveltal. So yeah, Paul in a pretty good spot. Yeah, so he grabs Manectric. He's probably going to put it on the bench, I would think. But yeah, so he's going to switch into the Mega Manectric so that he can retreat into the Yveltal if he needs to. This is kind of one of those intricate plays that definitely helps this, like, kind of almost decides how, I don't know the best way to word it. Just, like, these kind of plays, like, make you a really good player. Just knowing stuff like, well, yeah, I'm most likely going to attack with the Yveltal here, but it's better to switch into the Manectric so that you can free retreat and have more options.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving yourself more options is better.
And so he is using Yveltal's second attack.
It's called Darkness Blade, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he has to flip to see if he can attack next turn. I think if it's Tails, you can't attack with Yveltal next turn.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Royce is going to play a Tierno, and he does not get another Pokemon off of that. That's definitely not looking good. I believe Tauros has 110 HP. So, that Tauros will get knocked out by Mega Manectric next turn. And he attaches a Lucky Helmet and a Water Energy. And he's going to Lysander.
He cannot do that. He just played a Tierno.
Oh, he did. That's true. Oh, yep. So, Yeah, I think that's the
this
game.
is going to be game for round 3.
Unless Tauros has some crazy attack that we don't know about.
That just dominates the entire field.
I think it did 30, and he put a damage counter on himself. I think Tauros' second attack has something to do with like 20 times the number of damage counters on you or something. Like 20 or 30 times the number of damage counters on you. So I think he just did 30. His first attack does 30 and then 1 to himself.
Oh,
So
okay.
But so since Yveltal had since the Tauros only had 100 HP left from that, he just used Oblivion Darkness Blade and got the knockout. And that's round 3.
And that's round 3. That was round 3.
Yeah, make sure to come back to check out the final round with me versus Paul. Pretty exciting. Yep. We're both 3-0. Decides who wins the league challenge.
Yep, and so stay tuned for that video.
And yeah, it's Pokemon Troupe signing off.
Pokemon Troupe out.